We're going to be hanging out all night long. Let's go. Come on, guys. We're having a good time. We're zooming. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, what's up?
That was awesome.
Sorry, I'm not the host.
Intro.
I'm not the host, and you guys have to introduce me. So you guys start whenever you want to start. My bad.
Well, shit, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for coming on.
What's going on, everybody? We're here on Comics on Chronic. It's your boy Morgan J, guest of the month or week, vibing out with the crew. We got Cody, Anthony, Jake. We out here, different coast to coast, host to host, toast to toast, host to... Y'all know what time it is. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, you were doing that without any special effects. You just naturally sound like that.
Yeah, I literally can turn
Turn it on whenever I want.
That's all from vocal training.
Impressive.
Did you produce those beats too?
No. So I got a lot of these beats from TikTok. There's a lot of
Nice.
samplers
Nice.
and beat makers on TikTok where
Yeah.
they're just like, hey, use my sample. So I hook up my phone to this little loop machine. I just pop it in there. So I got like a...
Nice.
Hey.
Ooh.
So we just vibe out. You're listening to 107.2 KRPW Radio here in West Virginia. We're going to be playing smooth tunes all day long. Remember, we're going to be giving away tickets to the local bowling alley. For a live show. Call in. You heard the trivia question today, which was... how many birds have penises? You'll be surprised at the answer when we come back after this sponsored moment.
Very nice.
Yeah, we're
Well,
having
shit.
fun.
That's a
fun.
perfect place to intro you, man. Welcome to Comics and Chronic, everyone. I am one of your hosts, Jake FH. As always, I'm joined by Anthony Iannaccio and Cody Walaka Cannon. We have a very special guest today. He is a comedian based out of LA. He was a semifinalist on NBC's 2019 Bring the Funny. He's performed at numerous comedy festivals, including the SF Sketchfest, Laughing Skull Comedy Fest, and was in the 2020-21 CBS Showcase. He currently released a 1-hour comedy special in 2020 titled I Hope My Ex Doesn't See This, which you can now check on YouTube. Please welcome to the show, Morgan J.
Woo.
Guys, we're back from that commercial break. It is your boy, Morgan J. We're going to be taking calls right now to see who won tickets to the bowling alley for that live show. Oh, thanks for that intro, though. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I apologize. I'm not smoking right now because I literally
It's all good, man.
I actually smoked a bunch this last weekend. I really did.
Nice.
And then I
Nice.
said it was too much and I had to take a break.
Nice.
And
It's all
but I
good.
still do the edible. I still do this little edible every day. That's very good for my back
Yeah.
and for my vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to my little studio, guys.
Yeah,
We're
man.
here.
Thanks
Nice.
for coming on. I came across your Instagram about like a week or two ago and looked you up, and
Oh, nice.
I really enjoyed your comedy special.
Yeah,
Oh,
same here.
thank you. Yeah, that it's funny. I am embarrassed. Maybe that's a good thing. Like I'm embarrassed by it because I feel like I've gotten so much funnier in the last 2 years. Like I feel like I've had a lot of growth comedically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when I look at that, I think, oh, he's like, I don't know. But
That's
I'm
a
glad
good thing,
you saw
though,
it.
right? You grew.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. You know. So yeah, I appreciate you watching that. It's been an interesting year with that. You know.
Yeah,
So
I can imagine. Where did you film that?
yeah, I rented a theater. It's a 100-seat theater in Venice. Honestly, like 10 minutes from where I live. I had done a show there like a couple months prior to that.
Was it
taping.
the Fanatic Salon?
No. That's I know exactly where that is. It's close. That's actually close to where I live right now. But it's this little place called the Beyond Baroque Theater. It's like a community center area, like in this little what looks like a chapel, and they have this small black box theater. And you know me, I like an event space that's very intimate, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, and if you watch a little bit of, I had like blankets and pillows and stuff on the floor,
Yes.
and the assumption was that I was going to fill that space with people, and I did sell enough tickets to fill that space. But the problem was which I've realized is whenever you do a show is oversell the show because people bail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
so like I was like really freaked out that there'd be too many people and I wouldn't have space because there was like cameras and this and that. And at the end of the day, look, we had like all this space in the front. So,
Mhm.
but it worked out. It was cool. And, you know, for me, it was kind of like I was going to do this as an experiment to see what it was like to film something like this, to only have one opportunity to get it all right. And then, you know, my management at the time, I was hoping would like send it around town and see if anybody would be interested in like reproducing it in like like a different type of venue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you know, nothing ever happened with it. And then I was supposed to bring that whole special to the Fringe Festival
Mm.
last year, and then
Mhm.
that was canceled. And I actually just emailed them today. I'm going to try to withdraw my entry to the deferred thing just because I'm going to resubmit when I have a new hour.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like that was the hour that I was going to do. So that's where we're at. But it was fun. You know, I called some favors in, spent about $1,000, and I made it back for sure.
Nice.
Nice.
And then some, not a whole lot, but you know, we made it back. But I highly recommend if you can. It doesn't take a lot to do your own thing. I mean, I know people who did it on iPhones, who did it in their apartment complexes and things like that. And like one friend I know, he did it in his apartment complex with his neighbors. He got like written up in Vulture or something. You know, it's like you just do it. You just like make your
Nice.
own buzz nowadays. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody,
for
I feel
sure.
like that's what you're doing for sure, no?
I mean, it is. There's just like how much buzz can you get in West Virginia at the moment?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I get that too. You know.
Like I'm trying to right before the pandemic hit, I had planned an entire comedy and beer festival and was like getting a couple comedians from LA out, and we were getting beer from all over Appalachia sent to us, and it was going to
Oh,
be like a
nice.
whole weekend thing, but you know.
I bet a lot of comics would have been down for that. Probably gonna
Yeah,
get a lot
it
of cool
was. I
people
was
to do it.
really excited, and it was the only first one. I'm gonna do another one next summer for sure, or
Nice.
spring maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. We all, just to give you some background, Morgan, we all met doing stand up in New York together.
Yeah, that's what you guys mentioned. Yeah. When did you guys start? Because I mean I moved. That's where I started. Maybe we crossed paths, but I don't remember. It's been
We
so
started
long.
like
It's been like
2011.
2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I started in 2007
Okay.
Nice.
when I
Nice.
was around 20, and then I moved February 2012 to LA. So
Nice.
Were
Okay.
you? Did you start off as stand up or
Yeah,
strict,
I was
like
doing straight
strictly?
stand-up, yeah.
Okay.
as a matter of fact, when this whole pandemic hit, I was like bringing stand up back into my sets. Like I would do like in a 10-minute set, I would do like a 5 minutes of stand up and then do a song, right? Because I think the
Mhm.
feedback I got was like, if you could show people, because I think a lot of people think that I can't do stand up. You know, while I can do it, I don't think it's as entertaining as my guitar stuff is or my music stuff is, but I could still do it. Like, you know, I did a show. I do a lot of pre-show here in LA.
Hmm.
So a lot of times comics book me, and I actually recommend it because I think it's a good way to warm up, like get a good show going. So they book me to go up and do like 15 to 20 minutes before the show actually starts, like
Nice.
early.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So let's say if you really do want the show to start at like 5:30 or 8:30 or whatever, I'll go on at like 8:15.
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
and then do crowd work. I literally just do crowd work. I was supposed to do that like a month or two ago, and I drove all the way like 30 minutes to the east side of LA. I showed up. I think I was actually high, and like I was like, because it was like there's gonna be traffic, and I was like high, and I forgot my guitar. Like I drove like 30 minutes there.
Damn.
That's the whole reason he had me there. But like he's a friend, and he was like, well, I mean, if you want to go up. So then I just did like 15 minutes of crowd work with no guitar. Like I don't need this.
Yeah.
I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't
Yeah.
need you. And it went fine. It went fine. You know.
Nice.
Yeah. To any naysayers who would doubt it, I mean, you could just tell by the crowd work in your special. There's a lot of guitar stuff, but it's kind of just like setting the mood while you're
It's just the
doing
vibe.
crowd work.
Yeah.
I feel like
You killed it with the crowd
I feel
work.
like. Thank you. I feel like, and I think the next project I'm working on right now is a crowd work special, kind of like Todd Barry did with the.
Nice.
I mean, guys, if you listen to the crowd work tour, love that album, and I'm doing something with. I actually have a call after this with the guy from Don't Tell Comedy. You guys know Don't Tell Comedy?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. that-
So we're gonna, my buddy Danny Jollis just put out a special with them, which looks great. It came out great. So we're gonna do something like that. with them in like different cities or locations, and like kind of like Todd Barry did. Every city will be its own track. You know what I mean? Or and they'll
Nice.
transition to like. So we're doing San Diego this Friday
Nice.
as an experiment, and then probably do other cities like Austin or Chicago, and
Fuck yeah.
we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to stretch myself and push myself. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So Chicago would be cool. I think the reason I came across you actually is because you and I know Taquita.
Oh yeah, I literally just did a show with her.
Yeah. I saw her on her Instagram, and then I checked you out. I was like, oh, you're funny.
Yeah, we did a show. We did a show on Saturday together.
Nice.
So that's what's and I'm also like learning piano. I'm like relearning it because in the crowd work special, it's going to be like one city will be guitar, another city will just be me, like no music. Another city will be me with the piano. Another city will be me with like a little maybe trio, like a bass player and like a little quartet or some shit like that. So that way every city's like has its own vibe. You know what I mean?
Like
and
that.
it feels like it's so because like. If I do a full half hour, it's literally going to just be me doing like the same 3 or 4 chords and then just doing crowd work the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find a way to like
spice it up,
give it some sabor. You know, what I'm saying? Give it that taki flavor.
That
Make my
taki.
special like a.
That hot Cheetos
one-
and Takis.
Yeah.
One
hot
city's
Cheetos
going to
and
be
Takis.
exactly. One city's going to be Cool Ranch Doritos. One city's going to be maybe that's what I'll name each city: Cool Ranch, Takis, Hot Cheetos, Frito Lay, like shit like that. We'll name every city a different flavor. Yeah. So that's what we're working on, and then also just like the actual new hour. So
Nice.
we're working on all that.
Nice.
What's going on?
So that's what's up.
Yeah.
And you're from New Jersey, right?
Born and raised in Jersey, 18 years, and then went to NYU for acting.
Nice.
Started stand up there. Was in New York for 7 years, and then now out here for 9 years, which is kind of crazy.
That is
I
crazy.
can't believe I'm like 34 years old, which is when I
Wow,
tell people how
same.
long I've been doing comedy, I feel it. Right? It's like weird, you know? It's like, yeah. So, because the thing is, here in LA, the industry is so intense here that like there's like industry darlings. So all of a sudden, somebody who's been doing it like a year or two, who's like 23, is like doing Montreal and like,
Yeah.
like so it's like a little bit. It's hard not to get in your own head when you say like, "Oh, I've been doing it this long." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
So,
sure.
but we're all on a journey. Everybody's journey is different. So, anyway, that's what it is.
Okay, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
can I be corny and say, speaking of of journeys, like what do you have like specific musical comedy acts that inspired you to do it, or was it more of a
My favorite comedy act is, and I say this every time is Rory Scovel, and I'm sure you guys love Rory.
I love Rory.
Nice.
I mean, if you're a comic and you're like really doing it, and if you haven't seen Rory, and you don't love his shit, you fucked up.
He's incredible.
I mean, he's improvising full sets now. I think he has like a documentary that's going to come out soon where he did like full hour-long improvised sets.
That's sick.
So love him. Music-wise, Bo Burnham, Jamie Foxx, which I don't think a lot of people say, but if you watch Jamie Foxx's special from like 2003, he has a full like 10 to 15 minute music section that is like one of the funniest, I think. I mean, he's like Juilliard trained, one of the most talented people on the earth.
I didn't know he was Juilliard. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, he's like the dude can do it. Like if you go back and watch that special and I literally watched that music portion. I've watched it over and over again. Oh, and then watch his songs from when he hosted the ESPY Awards, where he's I don't know. I'm a big fan of his. And then Tim Minchin's great. He's a good example of somebody who like, I don't want to say crossed over, but kind of shows you what can be done if you're doing musical comedy, because he does something similar to me where his songs are very song-like, and he ended up on Broadway writing musicals, and like I think he has a joke about a joke song about like wanting to be a rock star, but like in doing it, he kind of did become one. You know what I mean? And then Tim Minchin's great. Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Love them. There's not a lot of I like Garfunkel and Oates. They're a really cool duo. The thing is, like, there's not a lot of us,
No.
Lil Dicky's a good example of somebody who's like,
Yeah.
I like Lil Dicky
Crossed over.
because he crossed over, and I want to be on that level, making like music. I literally just recorded my first like R&B song. I'm gonna try to like sell it or put it on myself.
Nice.
But it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, because it's, you guys know, it's like easy to be a goofball, but then if you want to be like sincere, try to write something sexy, quotes,
Yeah.
sexy, right? It's like, it's kind of weird because we don't look at ourselves as like sexy people. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm sexy, and I
right.
Speak your truth, Jake.
Right. We're all fucking hot. No. Oh yeah. So those are influences. And then Dave Chappelle is like probably my favorite comedian.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Do you freestyle at all?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not good at it. I'm not. Good at it. And I think why I've gotten away with what I've gotten away with is because like the goal is always to have fun. So like if we, so when I do my corporate gigs, I'll just be vibing. I'll be like, how's everybody doing? Are we chilling? Everybody grilling? Yo, Michelle from HR, what you drinking? Is that your kid? Is their booty stinking? Hey. And you just literally say whatever. And if you don't have a rhyme, you just talk like this. It doesn't even have to rhyme. Just talk to the rhythm and everybody thinks that you're killing it. It doesn't matter at all. So, and then if you just kind of like put this energy out, like we're all having fun, then it doesn't really matter. Like I that's why I don't go into it like, hey, what up, what's up, it's your boy Morgan J about to hit this track with some fucking fire, and then proceed to be mediocre. And then, so I don't try to bill it like that.
Yeah.
It's like always about having fun because
That's awesome.
you see people when you see people from the Midwest go to see a Broadway musical, they'll be like, they'll come out of like, they just seem like they were having so much fun up there. Oh my God, that looks so fun. They're not like they were on key. They're all this other.
They're not like
they don't care about
critics
that.
About
They're right, like because we're they're just like, that was fun. That's all they want.
Yeah,
all they want
sure.
is have fun.
I agree.
So
Yeah, that's a great point.
I agree. That's also like so I don't do is like Cody does the most stand up or out of the three of us. I stopped doing it maybe like my first 2 years out here. I moved here 5 years ago.
I could tell Cody's the funniest. No.
Wait, sorry guys, we lost Cody. It says Cody's offline. I don't know why.
Uh-oh.
Damn, we waiting for Cody. The microphone went offline.
You can't hear me?
What a terrible time to do that when recording a podcast. Comics Chronic, let's go.
Hey.
I'm just gonna freestyle flow until we get him back. Y'all hit me in the chat, ASL, sex location. Your boy got an erection. Looking for some local penetration. I'll see you at the mall, yo, give me a call. We still waiting on Cody. How long can I do this? Hey, Cody, where the fuck you at? Cody, we need you back. Come on through, Cody. Lost connection to the internet. Bet. Yo, it's hella lit. He on that dial-up. Yo, he got that soup. Yo, Cody on that dial-up. Yo, Cody got a sucker butt. Let's go, hey. Cody, where you at? Cody, where you at?
Hey.
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 Cody, where you at? Cody, where you at? Cody, where you at?
Nice. That was fucking awesome.
Cody,
That was great.
we vamped. I vamped for you, dude. I waited. I kept the flow going until you came back.
I appreciate that. I don't know what happened. It just dropped me from like my server. Just I don't know.
Yeah, it's
some
My
Wi-Fi
VPN
shit.
server. Welcome, Cody, back to the podcast.
Yeah.
We're still taking calls. All day long for tickets to the bowling alley.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Do you do anything, or as far as, are you interested in anything comic book related? Like, are you a big fan of the Marvel movies?
So yeah, so I don't like read them. However, I did watch all the Marvel movies multiple times.
Nice.
In addition
Nice.
to watching all the like Saturday morning cartoons, like Avengers Assemble,
Nice.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I watched all of those.
Oh, nice.
Just finished Invincible, which was like, I don't know if you watched that.
I'm
but
on
that
episode
was like
5. Anthony.
I
Yeah, I'm the
mean-
only one that watches so far, but fuck
I
yeah.
mean, it's like every episode is like, damn,
Yep.
Damn. mind blown. But yeah, those are the main ones. As far as like DC, I don't watch too much, but I do like the Green Lantern, and
Nice.
I feel like I want him to have another movie. I like the idea of like fighting for justice with your imagination. You know what I mean? With your willpower. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, HBO Max is coming out with a show soon, so
Is it going to be
Oh,
live
wait,
action?
for
Really?
Green Lantern?
yeah, and it's going to be
Let's-
like a generational thing. So
Fucking
like,
go! Yeah, you know, I like Marvel stuff to the point where like the new Falcon and Winter Soldier came out, and I was watching with my girlfriend, and she like watches with me, but like I was just like annoyed because she'd be like on her phone and she kept asking questions in the middle. So I just like 2 or 3 episodes and I was like, hey, is it cool if like I just watched this on my own? I really like this, and not that I don't like watching with you, but like you don't like it as much as I do, and if I'm going to watch it with somebody, they need to like be into it as much as I am, and like look, like call out Easter eggs, like, oh, there's that guy from that many years ago and that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, okay. But we are watching. Well, she's seen Attack on Titan. I don't know if that counts as comics,
nice.
but
Oh hell yeah, I'll
Nice.
count it.
I'm about to finish season 3, so I got into that,
Oh, hell
and I just like when I first started, I felt weird watching it at night because it was like so creepy.
Yeah, it's
These dudes-
it's
these, like,
disturbing.
Japanese people out here doing the most disturbing shit. I'm not trying to generalize, but they be coming up with the most imaginative, creepy manga stuff that you're just like, who thought of this? This is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, they were the first ones to do like tentacle porn, and it's like, do you know what I'm saying?
Tentacle porn. What's tentacle? What is tentacle porn?
It's exactly what it sounds like, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
It's exactly.
It's like a hentai
Yeah, it's like the
porn.
Oh, I
Exactly,
was
like the
picturing
first-
live action like calamari, like fingering.
Well, that's where it kind of came from, dude.
Really.
There was if you look at those old like Japanese arts with the waves and scrolls and stuff,
Oh, shit.
you'll find like one where like the guy painted like an octopus on some woman's vagina.
Oh shit.
It goes that far back.
Nice.
It's crazy.
It goes that far back.
Listen, don't ask me why. Don't ask me why I know. Do not ask me why I know so much about this. Let's find out. Cody. Where's Cody at though? Changing the subject. But yeah, watching that. The other anime that I watched that I really liked was One Punch Man, which I don't know if you guys have seen that, but that's
I did
I've
not,
never
but I know
seen
what it
it.
is.
it's so funny. It's such a good introduction if you're not into anime.
I'm not
or,
into
like,
anime.
It's such a good.
I liked Dragon Ball growing up.
All right, well, watch One Punch Man because it's like super funny.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like not what you'd expect from an anime because all the animes are like, my father, he did this inner monologue, but I have to do what I need to do what I need to do. But One Punch Man is like very kind of like making fun of the genre, which is like,
Yeah.
so great to see. So
Oh, Anthony.
Yeah, like
you've watched it
he
before?
says like he doesn't. I've watched only like a few episodes, but I mean I know the deal with him. Like he does like 100 push-ups.
push-ups,
and
that's like
sit-ups
his
a
whole
day.
workout.
Yeah.
Because there's like the whole way the show's structured is like there's like heroes and they're tiered by strength, but he's not there because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know, then he meets this other like tier whatever hero, and that hero is like becomes his I don't know, disciple, but you know, like mentee. And he's like, One Punch Man, how are you so strong? And he's like, I just do like 100 push-ups a day, and like, that's what I do. And he's like, really? He's like, yeah, that's like all I do. So that's what's really fun about it.
And that's how chill the guy is too.
He's like so
not-
chill. He's like he doesn't even want to fight crime because he's like so bored with these heroes or these monsters that he just like plays video games and stuff.
yeah.
So I'm gonna watch that shit again.
Nice.
I heard the second season wasn't so good, but everyone loves the first
You
season.
know, It's just fun. It's just fun, dude. You just, cause you know what it is? You're just always waiting for him to do the one punch shit. You just want him to like, it's one of these shows. It's like a good example of just constantly building tension. You're just waiting for him to be like, all right, let's do it. Cause it's so badass. So those are the comics I'd be watching.
If you were to play a live action superhero,
Who would I be?
Who would you be? Yeah.
Do I got to like pick one from the ones that I mentioned or?
Oh no, I mean, I
You
meant
pick
like
anything.
like say the Marvel's
Mm.
casting a new movie for one of their characters, or if
Yeah,
DC.
who would you
whatever,
wanna
who would
be?
you
Ooh, I love Captain America, dude.
Yeah.
I personally love Captain America.
Yeah.
I might want to be Captain America.
Nice.
I just like he
Yeah.
has this cool little frisbee, dude.
that
defines the laws of, and he's like smart and like the circle, the shield is dope, and I don't want to be Iron Man because like I just feel like every time you see him like fall or hit something, I feel like all his bones would break. I don't care how strong you are, like that, like
even
the
with
impact,
the suit, it would fucking hurt.
even with the suit, you get fucked up,
Yeah.
man. It's like, what is it like? Momentum is transferred into the. You know what I mean? This isn't.
Yeah.
You know, a lot. I mean, obviously, like we defy a lot of signs.
Yeah. You know what I kind of like?
Who else? Oh, Vision is dope. Love Vision.
Vision.
Dude,
Yeah.
Vision's dope.
And Vision is cool in the comics too. I like him in the comics.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's a great character. I like him in the one of the cartoons you were talking about, Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah.
I like how in that cartoon when like they introduce him, he could like take every single one of them out. As soon as he joins their team, he's just getting beat every single fight.
That's the thing, right? They don't really like in Civil War, right? If you watch that fight scene at the airport, the
Yeah.
thing that they don't show a lot of is Vision. Which
Right.
was like always really weird to me. And it actually wasn't weird because it's true. He's the strongest one, right? And he could like change density. And I was like, oh, they can't put Vision in there that much because he would just fuck everybody up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could literally fuck everybody up just by putting
Exactly.
his hollow arm in their chest and then
Yeah, exactly.
re-densify. You don't even have to punch them. Do you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, I think it's I hate the movies. No, I'm just kidding. Civil War. So I think Civil War it might be one of my favorites. Also, Winter Soldier might be one of my favorites because
For
Winter
sure.
Soldier had the
Yeah, hell
they
yeah.
had the best fight scenes. They had some of the best
Yeah.
fight
That's
scenes.
what we
You know?
came to that conclusion.
Yeah, that was, I think, our general consensus.
Yeah. I think worst Marvel movie, Thor: Dark World or Captain Marvel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, see,
I would-
I am the outlier. I know so many people hate Captain Marvel. I liked Captain Marvel.
I just thought I just feel like they rushed that shit. I don't know.
Makes
Because Captain
sense.
Marvel is such a strong superhero that I feel like she could probably have gotten her own like trio.
Yeah.
Love Doctor Strange. Very excited for the next movie.
Hell yeah.
That's one of my
Okay.
favorite
Yeah.
movies. Is the Doctor Strange because I love Benedict Cumberbatch.
Dude, with your goatee,
I'm
you
a
could
Cumberbatch.
cosplay a good Doctor Strange.
I could cosplay.
Ooh.
Oh, the other thing that's not really a comic book that I'm a big fan of is Star Trek. I don't know if you talk about that, but
Oh, nice.
your boy goes
Which-
hard in the Star Trek.
All Star Trek, Next Generation.
I've watched every single one
Nice.
except the original series, the original, which is probably blasphemous, but it's just like so low tech and cheesy, and the pacing is so slow that it's just like
Yes.
it's very hard to stay with.
I literally just started watching the Next Generation, and that's exactly how I feel. Like I'm gonna keep watching, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
and they're all sort of like that. They're all sort of like that, but some of the episodes are so well written and so woke and so ahead of its time. Like I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Deep Space Nine, and I'm nerding out a little bit, might be better than the Next Generation.
Wow.
Because Deep Space Nine was doing things that like no other show on TV, like predominantly featuring like a black family, also like a black father, like raising a son alone, and like a lot of black like lead characters, right? As well as like they had like one of the first lesbian kisses, and I'm not talking about like I'm talking about like this was like a hot lesbian kiss filled with a lot of love and a lot of passion. They talk a lot about there's like
Nice.
genders, constructs, and sexuality. I mean, it's like a whole thing. If you're looking at these undertones, I mean,
Nice.
it's
And this was in
it's-
the 90s? Is this the Star Trek from the 90s? I mean,
Deep,
like
yeah,
2000, like that.
yeah.
That's what I mean.
So Next Gen, I believe, is from like 87 or to like 93, and then Deep Space Nine is like 92 or 93 to 2000, and then Voyager was like some overlapping sometime around then, and then Enterprise came out with Scott Bakula, which I watched all of that as well. and then I've seen Picard and
So you're a
Discovery.
hardcore Trekkie,
Oh, wow,
damn.
yeah.
I mean, I've gone through everything once. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Which if you add up all the episodes, is like almost 1,000 episodes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just to be able to get like you said, the pacing, just for, if you're saying that's for every series, like you have patience if you could get through.
Yeah, and I should say, like, it was one of those things. It was like my happy time before bed kind of show. Like,
Gotcha.
It was like, because every episode is going to be tied up in a bow. You're not going to be anxious, because that was when like episodics was where it was at. You know what I mean? They weren't doing a lot of serial. I mean, maybe some places were, but like it was all about episodic. So you have 43 minutes, a new story. You could like kind of hop in anytime you wanted.
Yeah.
Which was nice, because if you're into sci-fi, it's like a good. Man, I feel really comfortable talking about this. I guess I really do. You ever be talking about something at length and you're like, oh shit, I'm like kind of knowledgeable about this. I'm like really into it.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more about Star Trek.
Yeah, I'm not well versed in the Star Trek universe, honestly.
Well, there's a couple of like must-watch episodes. Like I think one of the most talked about episodes for Next Gen is called The Inner Light. And I believe that's at the end of season 5. Skip ahead, watch that episode, because that's like a fucked up episode.
Does it involve the holodeck? I love the holodeck so far.
You know, I kind of like didn't pay attention to a lot of the holodeck ones where they're like detectives and stuff. Those kind of always were like whatever episodes for me. They're like fun, but this episode, and you know what's crazy when you watch all the Star Treks and let's say now you're watching like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
You know, I'm watching Rick and Morty. I'm like I see all these references now, which I totally understand now, which I didn't understand before. You're like, oh, they just stole this storyline from this part of Star Trek, which also makes me feel better. Like if you're writing a script, oh, it could be a little derivative. If I want to write a sci-fi script, let's just do this theme or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that we're talking about Star Trek so much and it's May 4th.
Yeah,
Star Wars Day.
You know what?
The irony.
And this may be controversial, but I
here we
think
go.
Star Wars is whack. I think it's whack.
Whoa. I'm not a diehard
I-
Star Wars fan, so I don't really need to defend that.
It's just every movie is the same movie. It's like the good and evil, the black guy costume, the person in the black costume versus the white person in the costume, or the person in the white costume.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you got a red lightsaber and I got a blue one. Who's gonna win? The scales will bet. You know, it's just like.
Yeah, but which ways will the scales balance?
You know, I will say I do love the world. Like it's so specific.
I grew up being a huge Star Wars fan, but like, if I'm being completely honest, the past, like, I don't know, 10 years or so, I've just like completely lost all interest.
Yeah, it's a bit, you know, I tried to watch the Han Solo movie and I was like so bored.
Oh, that was a stinker.
Oh.
So many
I
people
was
like
like,
that movie.
I never
but it sucked.
watched it.
I liked Han
Oh,
Solo.
I
Cody.
don't know. I was like bored through it.
I liked Han Solo and I liked Rogue One, and I haven't liked any of the other movies.
Liking Rogue
Well, can we agree? Can we agree that these what is it?
These last three
like,
sucked? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, no. But can we agree that they're better than like the prequels?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we
For
agree that?
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Though the
Yeah.
prequels did
So-
not have
Yeah.
Yoda. I mean, because I was a little kid, I was an idiot, so I ate it up. So when Yoda starts flipping around
Yeah.
fighting, I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, but and why didn't the fights kind of get like kind of boring in the newer ones? Weren't there like
Yeah.
not a lot of cool lightsaber battles?
Hmm.
They're all like intense and emotional. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure. For
You know what I
sure,
also want
yeah.
to see? I want to see like, because like they always have the Force and they have the lightsabers. I want to see somebody straight using the Force only, never even having the lightsaber in his hand, using
That'd
it
be
to fight. Because
dope.
that would be
Yeah.
a sick fight.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
They just use the power of the universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's the midi
Come on.
chlorians. Or,
Do y'all ever I don't want to go there. I always think about like how superheroes have sex with each other. You know what I mean? Like how
dude,
they do
actually,
that.
I just had
Did
a
we think
thought
about
the
that?
other day, and this is a question I want to pose. Oh, sorry, I just cut you off. What were you going to say?
No. I was just gonna. I think we were talking about Vision. I think about how Vision and Wanda, like Vision, could like totally
Bang.
change the density
Oh.
and like the weight of his penis. You know what I'm saying? He could totally do some crazy stuff inside of her. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Well,
shit.
Cody, as you said, you
Right.
called him the human vibrator, or well, he's not a
Yes,
human,
he
but
is.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
pretty much
I
the
thought
Vision
about
is
it.
probably the best sex robot there ever was.
Absolutely. And how does he derive pleasure? That's a bummer for him.
The Vision, because he
Yeah.
can phase in and out. Do you think he can also give himself like a glory hole in his like torso?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No
Absolutely.
I,
Look at us, 4 guys talking about having sex with Vision's glory hole. We love it. We love to see it.
Let them have sex, Disney.
WandaVision season 2. You got your writer's room right here.
Yeah, there you go.
They're not doing a season 2, right? They're just
No.
going.
Yeah.
It's all leading up to the movies, the new ones that are coming out.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
guys know that the guy who plays Ramirez in Falcon, he's going to be the new Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right,
really?
he's
Yep.
the new
I
Falcon.
didn't know
I think
that.
that from the we get that from the
Oh, he
so they're
leaves the
setting him up to be the
wings.
new Falcon.
Yeah, Joaquin, he becomes the next Falcon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Joaquin
Joaquin
becomes the next
Phoenix.
Falcon, and I'm trying to think who else.
Joaquin Falcon.
Joaquin Falcon.
Doctor Strange has his movie coming out because the new set of Avengers are going to be Anthony Mackie, Benedict Cumberbatch,
Captain Marvel.
right? Captain Marvel. Although I heard, I don't want to like. I'm like saying this like Brie Larson's going to listen to this. podcast, but, like I heard like they didn't jive. They didn't. I heard the cast did not jive well with her on set.
Ooh.
Is what I heard.
Yeah, she was my problem with the movie, honestly.
I
I
didn't-
think
I didn't
I
like
wanted
her.
a different Captain Marvel. Yeah, I don't
I'm trying to think
she's
who else
a
could
great
play
actress.
Captain Marvel. do you
Again,
guys think?
I'm in the minority. I thought she was great.
We talked about it. I said Charlize Theron.
Yeah, that would be my choice.
She's old.
Oh, did you see that?
Oops.
Did you see that movie that she did on was it Immortals? Did you see that on Netflix? Which I think was
the
made
old
from
guard. I didn't see
the old
it.
guard, which was made from a comic book.
Yeah.
Big
it's a Greg
recommend.
Rucka.
Big
Yeah.
recommend.
Oh, really?
It was
Nice.
great.
Really?
Big recommend. I thought it was great.
Nice.
What is it about? I really have no idea.
It's basically about like there's these group of immortal beings that like live throughout the lifespans, and like there's only a small handful of them, and they just like live in silence or like in not silence in the shadows, I guess, if you will. I don't know. So
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
about it.
Protecting
If
humanity
it's not, if it's not Hancock, I don't want it. Arguably the best superhero film ever.
That was a fun one too. But we gotta get Jason Bateman in another superhero movie.
Yeah. He's great. I love Jason Bateman.
He'd be cool to be someone.
Yeah. I'm glad they got Paul Rudd in there. Is he gonna be? Are they doing more Ant-Man stuff?
Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just released.
Quantum
Marvel just
Mania.
released their Phase 4 lineup. What, like 2 days ago?
I gotta look it
It's
up.
fucking
Damn.
crazy.
Hell yeah.
It's a pretty cool teaser.
And then they got Loki. Oh, and Loki. That's coming out next
Yeah.
month. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, I like
Hell yeah.
Loki. I like Thomas Hiddleston.
Hiddleston.
Yeah, he's
Hiddleston.
incredible.
Yeah, he's
Did
great.
you guys
Hiddleston.
see the interview with Jeff Goldblum when he talks about how people always draw pictures of
them doing
him
sex
and Tom
things?
Hiddle- Yeah.
That's so funny. I saw that. I saw there was like an interview about that. That's so funny. Yeah.
Fucking. I was thinking the other day, going back to sex robot
Mm.
shit. I was like driving. I don't know why, but I thought like that the Flash would probably give the best hand jobs.
Well, yeah.
No, but the issue with that is he might rip your dick off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but I imagine he has such control over the vibrational frequency.
probably
But
right.
you see
Of
him,
his
he's
powers.
like tripping up and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
going with
Definitely.
dumbass
I
Ezra
love-
Miller Flash. I don't want him jerking me off.
I love those sequences. I love those sequences where he's running fast and everything slows down. Especially like what was it in Marvel X-Men? The one. Where they go
Days
back
of
in
Future
time and shit.
Past.
Days
Oh,
of
Days
Future
of Future
Past.
Past.
Like that whole
Quicksilver.
sequence where they run through the
Evan Peters through that like
Love that.
Pentagon or whatever.
Yeah, loved that.
Yeah,
Loved those
yeah.
sequences.
Yeah, I felt like the Snyder Cut Flash scene was kind of ripping that off. I mean, it's hard
Yeah,
not to,
You know,
you know. There's only one way to show someone running in slow motion, I guess, and they did it first. So.
or like in super speed, and there is only one way to do it. Right? So- oh my god, we got to talk about Wonder Woman 84, huh?
I'm
What the
down. Let's fucking
fuck?
do it.
Dude,
You guys already-
everyone hates it. And
Have you guys already addressed that? I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
But we would
it's
love to hear your
important-
take,
We
yeah.
love to.
But
yeah.
it's important to get other people's perspectives on it.
I mean, it was trash. It was utter.
It was.
it was
fun.
just awful.
Indeed.
We also did you see Snyder Cut?
I saw the Snyder Cut. Yeah, it took me about 4 or 5 days,
Okay.
but I watched it.
Yeah. So she was way more just to be a nerd about it, powerful in the Snyder Cut that she was in her own sequel movie.
Right? Like, what is that about?
Yeah.
What
They made her like weak.
Well, I do think part of it was like she was losing her powers because of whatever the stone did.
Yeah.
I feel bad for like what's his name who played the villain in that, because like
Pedro
I
Pascal.
like that guy. I like him.
Yeah,
I
he's a
like
great
Pedro
actor.
Pascal, and he's a great actor. And I just pictured him at like his villainous power was like just standing in this like saddle, like, listen to me. Ah! You know what? I felt bad for him, bro.
It's just insane that like a bunch of people agreed with that idea.
And then the problem is sometimes like they have deadlines. Everybody wants an offer an opinion. You know, some of the best movies, right, have like one person's vision behind it. Like look at the Batman movies, right? You have Christopher Nolan who like knocked that shit out of the park, right? Avengers, I feel like all the Marvel stuff is like I'm super impressed by, just because of like the uniform vision about how they lay out a full decade's worth of movies. You know what I mean?
Movies.
It's all super cohesive, like stylistically. I mean, overall, every single one is watchable. Do you know what I mean? It's like super mind blowing, because it's hard enough to make any movie, let alone make like 22 bangers.
Yeah,
You
like
know what
even
I
if
mean?
you have a couple Thor Dark Worlds, it's worth it.
It's worth it, and it's like serves the universe. So like you can have like a, you know, like you said, you could have a weak movie and it's still fun, especially because you have these diehard fans who are like, oh, we'll watch it.
Yeah,
whatever.
And the craziest thing is that Thor Ragnarok, which I think is a lot of everyone's favorite MCU movies, is a sequel to one of the worst movies they've made. So.
And that one I feel like that one gets funnier the more you watch it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, it's so
Definitely.
funny.
It's funnier the more you watch it, and it's like, and that goes into like that's a good example of like how much a director plays in like the creation of the film, right? Because Taika Waititi, why can't I say people's names?
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
Like, you know, it's so funny, and you know, everything he's touched is pretty funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I've seen most of his catalog only after seeing Ragnarok, and then I was like, "Oh, this dude's
that's me too." And I've yet to watch. Well, I did watch the movie What We Do in the Shadows, but I haven't watched the TV show. And I hear the TV show is really, really good.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's so
TV show is
good.
really good.
Yeah, okay, so I gotta get back.
It's impressive.
That's what everybody's saying. So I'm sleeping on it.
And
I like
and
it because
also
when I first watched it, I was like, "Oh, sorry."
No, keep going.
No, I'm sorry for everything, Mom.
Everyone's sorry.
We're all sorry.
I'm not.
Shit. Yeah.
I was gonna say, Hunt for the Wilder People is a great Taika Waititi movie.
Okay. Remember when Wes Anderson? I'm thinking about Wes Anderson right now, but I'm just thinking about when he was the shit. When everybody was horny for Wes Anderson.
Yeah, but that was a weird time.
That was a weird time.
You guys don't like Wes
That was
Anderson?
a transitional.
I don't.
He's fine.
He's all right.
fine.
You know, you get swept up in like, I feel like how cool and like hip these movies feel, right?
Yeah.
And then you see like, you know, the Royal Tenenbaums and Life Aquatic and all these, and they all what is it? The one with the Darling, the
Darjeeling.
The Darling, Limited.
yeah, the train one and or the hotel one or whatever. I don't know. And then they all feel like the same.
Or the submarine one. It's all a lot of locations.
Yeah, they all feel like a similar style. And
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, the dialogue, it's like the same thing.
Yeah. You know, that's how I feel about like stand-up. I don't know if you guys can relate to this. When you see like I'm a big fan. I love Sebastian Maniscalco, but after like 3 specials, you know, once you get used to the person's cadence and like what they're going to do, right? So that it doesn't feel like surprising anymore. So it kind of loses a little bit of like this, this, I don't know. When you discover like a really funny person, like that feeling, it kind of goes, you're never going to get that back because you know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
No, I totally
mean, there
get
are
that.
What do you think you people doing this? You know, like it's like it's the whole special.
Yep.
So
It's like, oh yeah, that is what Italian people do.
yeah. Nice. We vibing. I can tell y'all are high and vibing.
Dude, I'm so high.
Shit,
And
we're straight vibing.
so Are you doing a bunch of shows now again?
Yeah, I'm
You
literally
said
right
you're
before we
planning-
got on here, I was sending my email to my mailing list because I have a bunch of like headlining gigs coming up in SoCal, and
Nice.
I got to get out there. I'm just saying yes to the gigs because I got to just start. I got to go up there and bomb a couple times with these new crowd work things, and just got to get better at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
like undeniably, so like I don't get nervous before I go up, because I still get nervous when I'm just doing crowd work because it's like I don't know what the fuck this could go bad, you know. I can call on, I can call on somebody and then somebody they know just died of cancer and then like the whole show's a bummer. You know?
Do you know if you've ever like inadvertently ruined someone's relationship because of like a song or
Yeah.
something?
I don't know if I've ruined it. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think one girl told me that like I saw it at another show and like, yeah, my boyfriend and I broke up because of you. I think I have a new song that I'm working on that I think for sure is going to break some people up. But for the amount of people that I might have broken up, I think I've brought together just as many people, if not more, or gotten people
Nice.
laid at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
It's a little give, a little take.
You know, it's like anything else. You know, it's like anything else.
Well, dude, hey, could we interest you by like performing a song by any chance?
Yeah. I mean, I could show you a little bit. I'll tell you what, I won't play you a whole song. I could show you the song that I'm working on. Is that okay?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this song is about when, let me pull this up. It's called The Moment After, also known as What Are We? It's about like, although I don't know where my capo is, but that's okay. So you guys hear that guitar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter because they're not.
Yeah, we're not doing any video for
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't matter.
Looks good though.
So this is about when you're like, you guys just finished hooking up, and then your girlfriend or your partner like wants to have this conversation that you don't want to have. So, what are we? What is this? Where are we going? Babe, I just nutted. I don't want to have this conversation. Well, I want to. Well, I want to. I need to stop wasting time. It's been 6 months and I haven't met any of your friends. Can't we just talk about this another day? It's this kind of talk that pushes me away. I don't even know your last name. And you never let me stay over your place. Like literally we like Uber everywhere and you meet me at the place and whatever. I don't want to tell you because I feel ashamed. I have 7 roommates and no bed frame. My bathroom's legit disgusting and there's grass growing inside. And then I always try to include a moment in the song for crowd work. So this will be the part where I do all the crowd work in the beginning of the show. So I'll revisit people and do callbacks, crowd work callbacks, if you will. And I'll be like, like you two, like, did you have the conversation? How did it go? Who brought it up? Are you guys fighting right now? Like, on the spot. And then we'll go back to the song. Why do we have to put labels on us? Just because your friends are having babies doesn't mean that we must. Like, you were literally just taught, like, who cares? I'm 30 and have only so many eggs. Maybe I should go. This is just like got really intense. Look, I don't even know what it is that I want. But I like seeing you and I don't want to stop. I'm sorry. I just saw my friends bought a house. I guess I was triggered and kind of freaked out. It's okay. I get it. I live paycheck to paycheck. Let's just take it slow and see where it goes. I still want to know what's going on, like with this. We're not done with this conversation, because I just want to see you. Now I guess we can kiss. That's all I kind of have for it, so I don't know.
Nice.
Nice.
That was great, man.
Yeah, that was sick.
But that's
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That's like one of those, I feel like, songs that will, bring people together or break them up, or and because the melody and the vibe is kind of really sweet and beautiful, I think people will have. I don't think it's gonna be your the song that's gonna get the most laughs, but I wouldn't be surprised if after shows somebody comes up and be like, "That was like my favorite. I loved that song. I loved it."
No,
Yeah,
you know what I
really
mean?
like
It's
that.
actually
So it's always
that was like low key, like a beautiful song.
yeah, it's really weird. When I first started doing this, and I know we got to wrap up soon, but when I first started doing this with a guitar, I would do shows, and I'd have people like not laugh at the show, so I thought I was bombing, and then they would tell me afterwards, like, "I really liked your music," and then it was like, "Oh, they're like tonight. This crowd was more into the song than they were into like the jokes." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
That sounds like a good problem to have, though. It's almost like you're so musically talented that I think like I was zoned in.
Oh,
on you
thanks.
just right
Yeah.
now. Like,
Also, music is better when you're high anyway, so I know you guys are vibing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hell
that's
yeah.
true. Almost everything's better.
Hell yeah.
So when you went to Tisch, were you more of a singer or like a theater
I just
person?
was doing straight acting.
Nice.
I don't
Okay,
feel like my
nice.
acting school like paid much attention to me because I was always doing like comedic stuff, In
Yeah.
theater school, it's like drama. Act with your soul. I literally had a theater. One of my teachers. He would yell stuff at us like, "You gotta go out." He was this very flamboyant gay man. He's like, "You must go out there and act with your vagina. You need to throw your pussy on the stage and like shit like that." So you'd be like, "All right, well, I'm 19 and I'll do my best with that feedback." He's like, because he was our Shakespeare teacher. He's like, when you're this close to somebody, you're either gonna kiss them or you're gonna stab them. So you'd be like, all right, cool, all right, sick. So yeah, no, I was doing straight acting, but I think my first year, 18 years old, I did the open mic at Welcome Week, and then I don't really think I got back into it until I was 20, so maybe like end of sophomore into junior year, and then I really got into it right after I graduated. So it was one of those things like once a month and once a week, and then all of a sudden you're going out almost every night, and I kind of felt like a little superhero because like all my college friends were like on a Thursday night going out partying and doing cocaine and shit. And I was like in a dark, dingy room, and like my friend was 45, like a 45-year-old dude going through a divorce. You know what I mean? You're like, dude, how is this dude like my buddy? That's what's so funny about comedy. You're like, your friends are there. It's so random who you end up being buddies with,
Yeah.
because you're all kind of united under the struggle, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah, bar comedy friends. It's definitely an interesting group of people.
Yeah. But I should also mention, in acting school, I definitely felt like acting helped my stand-up and vice versa, right? So I think stand-up helps acting because it lets you be more yourself in front of a camera or be natural. And acting like teaches you commitment to a bit, right? So like if you look at all the really famous big time comics, every single one is doing act outs. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how many people are like going to the limit without doing some sort of act out in you gotta and like they're committing to it too. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
And so it's like committing to that bit because it's so funny. You watch these act outs, these people just straight up like the joke. It's not even the joke anymore. It's like they're making a funny noise or a sound or like a voice, and that's what people, are into. So
Nice.
So
yeah.
I have a question. Do you ever like perform for like open mics that are just music related, or do you strictly stick to like stand up open mic? I mean, not open mics, but just stand up venues.
I mean, I think that was like that was the whole thing. I was instrumental in my my writing and like my comedic upbringing. Is like I wasn't really in New York. I wasn't really a comic because I was like a fun, positive dude. And
That's not me.
and that's and right, exactly, like that's not rewarded really. And I just like felt very like not. I felt just not uncomfortable, but I just didn't feel accepted in the community. And so the open mics that I went to, they were all music open mics, which in my opinion were way better because you get 10 to 15 minutes. You get an audience of not comics. You get, you know what I'm saying? That you get, you don't have like 10 comics in the room, like looking at their notes and, and then a bunch of people on stage, like talking about their dicks and stuff or being suicidal, which is like, if you are that, I get it. But like, I don't mind jokes like that. It was just sort of like when you go to an open mic, sometimes it can be like one after another of that. Right.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
And it's just, but I think that shit is super funny. I'm just saying, like the open mics for comedy open mics can be,
it's awful.
Dude, I went to a comedy party yesterday for this guy who owns a club in Santa Monica. Really nice dude. Chris Corbo's really funny. And there's a nice dude there. This comedian. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's been doing it a while. He's like in his mid 50s and. He was like talking to me. He was like, yeah, he like talking about how he couldn't like he hadn't been like touched by a woman in a long time. And it's like hard to date and he like can't afford. And I was like, damn, dude, this is rough, dude. This is a bummer. I feel bad for the guy. So like you go to an open mic, compound that kind of energy by 10. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying all open mics are like that, but especially like the New York ones could have been like that. So that's to answer your question, the music open mics, and my big suggestion to any comic is try to do those as much as you can. Just try to sneak yourself in because it's like you'll always have a better set and a better time, and you're going to be able to get actual laughs.
And that crowd doesn't mind?
No, I think they welcome it. They're like super stoked for it because it's like the opposite for them. They just hear one singer-songwriter over and over after the other using like the same 4 chords. And if you go to Nashville and you see that everybody's a singer-songwriter and they're doing ballads and whatever the fuck, right? So it's every industry has the same thing. If you're a pop musician and you're in a session, you're gonna have, if you're like Justin Bieber, you're gonna have 100 people submit the same type of pop song to you. Right. Yeah. So every industry is every industry like every profession is the exact same in that. I feel like that respect,
Nice.
More or less, nice. I think. So
I mean, yeah, not nice, but just
it's it is like that, and it's all levels, whether you're, dude, I have a therapist and I talk to him like he's his own boss and he's competing with other therapists. He doesn't say that, but like, you're looking for the most PhD, like the most accolades, right? Like book deals, like whatever it is, right? Every industry, if you're an architect, you're looking for the best building. And I bet there's an architect who's like, why did that architect get that contract on that avenue when I should have got that? Our firm should have got that shit. It's all the same shit everywhere. So, I don't know where I was going with that, but music open mics. So I would try to show your art form in front of a different group of people, Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
And those are some of the best nights. They felt like shows.
Yeah,
really.
I get it. There's not a lot in West Virginia, but there's like a pretty thriving like music scene.
Oh yeah.
And so I'll do a lot of before opening for bands,
100%.
or like even like house shows around here.
Yeah.
Like before the bands go on or after the bands go off. I'll just
and I think that's probably all. You probably have great sets or fun times because it's so much different.
Yeah, exactly.
And also you do your set and then there's like a concert afterwards.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? That's hype. That's dope.
Are you a fan of The Lonely Island at all?
I do like The Lonely Island. I think one of the sketch I remember the most from Lonely Island is the one where they're on a stakeout and they just end up sucking each other's dick in the car. Like the stakeout gets so long that they just are giving each other a head by the end of it. I forgot. I may not even be on. I don't know what the name of it is, but that's the one that sticks out. I think my favorite sketch team was Human Giant.
Nice.
Dude, Human Giant was so good.
And one of the things I realized what I liked about their show,
who was Human Giant? That was Aziz Ansari,
Paul Scheer and Rob Hubel.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I like them because, I feel like there's only like a couple ways a sketch can end when you heighten it when you're playing the game. Either like people get married, have a baby, or like they die or something. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, every time I write a sketch, for some reason, it always has to end in death or something.
Totally.
I don't know why.
I would say 1/3 of the sketches on that show ended with somebody dying or doing something super violent. You know what I mean? Which I thought I always liked. I think the best sketch I remember from that show was they're doing a parody of Chris Angel, the Mind Freak.
Yeah.
And John Glazer, who was a writer on Conan, he was in this show called Delocated. He's just a guy on the street, and they come up to him and like they're like, check. He has it's when people had actual cameras that they carried with him. And he goes, check your camera again, and he like pulls it out, and there's a photo of them together, all three of them, that they never took, and then like he's so affected. John Glazer's character is so affected. He has a full crisis of faith that he walks into traffic and kills himself. It's one of the fun, and then they like show the photo at his funeral, like in loving memory. It's like one of the funniest. I loved it.
That's a great sketch.
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, it's like that. So I highly recommend. I can't find that sketch anywhere. I'm trying to find it.
Damn.
Have you? Did you watch I Think You Should Leave?
Watched I Think You Should Leave. Love that show. You know.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Do you know where I heard the title of the show? I heard the title of the show came from like every sketch has a vibe where like you think you need to leave. Like it gets so weird that you're like, I think I should leave. Probably. Probably. You know, like right? Every sketch is kind of like that, isn't it? You're kind of like, I think I should. This feels like I shouldn't be watching this. This feels weird. Like the sketch where he's choking at the restaurant.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not choking, bro. Shut up! Don't embarrass me. I'm not choking. He's like literally choking to death, but he doesn't want to admit it because he doesn't want to seem not cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's the one with Steven Yen?
Oh, when he's like, you took too small of a slice. You didn't wipe enough.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
you got poop.
Doesn't he like eat a receipt? Doesn't he like eat a piece of paper?
Yeah, he
or something?
eats the receipt, but he never like washed his hands after using the bathroom.
So it kills him.
He's like, I'm dying. I'm dying from the poop.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny ones in that. Yeah. I'm glad that kind of sketch show got made because I don't feel like
he used to write for SNL, right?
He was a cast member and none of them made
on.
it. But I'm glad he found a home because it's great. And you know the thing is like those sketches arguably are funnier than some of the SNL. I'm not saying SNL sketches aren't funny because they do have like a huge insurmountable task, which is to make a 90-minute show of sketches that pleases everyone. So it's like very impossible.
And then they mostly please no one because
they mostly please no one. But they please the executives at the company. So they're like, all right, nobody got upset. We're good. You know?
I heard that a lot of the sketches for that show were SNL rejected sketches that they wanted.
I believe it. I believe it.
That's funny.
You know, and the thing is, SNL, it's almost like they have such a huge cast now. And yet they use like so many celebrity guest drop-in appearances to do characters.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm always sort of like,
absolutely.
Why did you go to the trouble to have the biggest cast of all time?
Why did you hire all these people and you only
they're talented as
they're talented
a
as fuck.
handful of them?
Yeah.
And also, it's not only that, like the people that they don't use, the people they underuse, like
I think like Melissa Villaseñor is
yes,
underused
I was just
a lot.
thinking of her. Yep.
Yeah,
she's so funny and talented.
She's fucking amazing.
She's way underused.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw her live when I first came out here before she was ever casted, and I was like, "Yeah, this girl's hilarious."
Yeah, and she's like really good at impressions. And then they brought Chloe Feynman on, who actually I went to theater school with. She was like literally the year. She was like
she's
a year right before me. She's super talented.
I know her from the Groundlings.
Yeah, she's super talented. But now you have two super powerhouse like female impressionists.
Yep.
That it's like
even
how do you
Kate
balance?
McKinnon. She's great. She's a great impressionist, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. She's a good example of I feel like her impressions are like mostly her just being goofy. You know what I mean? Like when she does who did she do? She did what's the guy who was the justice for Trump for a while and then
Oh, Barr.
Oh.
Not William
Or,
Barr.
yeah, I know.
You know, the guy from the
Sessions,
South.
Jeff Sessions.
Yeah, Jeff Sessions, and then Rudy Giuliani.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're gonna be taking those calls any second now.
Dude, yeah, thank you for that. I needed that. I was just
We're slowly
decaying.
drifting away. I could feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
I
yeah.
could feel it.
That's cool. We appreciate you coming in. Before you go, do you have any shows you want to plug? Any upcoming shows of yours?
You know, I would just say follow my YouTube and my Instagram and just go watch my YouTube special or listen to it on Spotify and iTunes. It's got over 500,000 views on YouTube, which I feel like I'm very proud of because for a virtually unknown comedian, I feel like it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
man,
So
you
you
should
can
be
watch
proud.
it on YouTube and
Yeah,
you know.
I got my roommates to watch it, and we all loved it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I appreciate that. I was just I'm mostly looking for a vibe. I don't even think people laugh that much when they watch it. It's just like a good energy. That's why when I tell people to watch it, I'm like, dim the lights, pour your glass of wine, pour yourself a glass of wine, just chill out, just watch it and vibe
Smoke
out.
a joint.
But even
You
if
know
you're
what I
not
mean?
laughing, you're like paying attention because you're like,
Yeah,
what is
it's
this
like
guy going to say
music
next?
and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it. So
No,
that's what I would plug.
yeah.
Just follow me at Morgan J, and I'll be putting some tour dates up as they come out. And yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. This was fun.
I'm
Hey, thanks
glad
so
you came
much.
on. This
Coming
was
on,
great.
man.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
a blast. We really appreciate it.
Hey.
Welcome back anytime.
All right, sick. Should I play or do you guys do an outro or?
Yeah, you want to take us
Yeah,
out?
let's do it. Hey guys, if you like this episode, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, share it with your friends. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. We put all our shit on YouTube now, so check out our episodes on YouTube. And yeah.
See you next week.
That's what's up, guys. Make sure to like, review, subscribe, share with your friends. Comics with Chronic on Chronic.
And
And I messed it up. Guys, Comics and Chronic, we vibe, and we're going to be talking about some comic books next week, whatever you want. Make sure to call in. We got a call-in number. Psych, but maybe you'll do it now that I said it. We out. Thanks so much, guys.
Peace.
Yeah.
And then you just fade it out.
Yeah. Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake FH.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.